Alright, welcome back everybody. Jared Bob Spoon is gonna jump in at some point. He's eating something.
Giant cock.
Yeah, yeah. If you hear slurping and gagging in the background, don't be nervous. It's just Dickie eating giant fucking dicks. Coming at you, it's September 1st. We're hot off on No Simp September apparently. I don't know what simps are.
I know this one.
Okay.
People who like worship like a girl or a guy, like that's an online figure.
That's a simp.
In a gay way, like, and they don't want to go out of their house, they just want to like watch them.
That's weird. I don't know. I just looked on Twitter and it said No Simp September.
Is that simp like simple or simp like sympathy?
Simple.
It's SIMP.
Simp like simple plan. Got it.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know, but hey, whatever simps are. I love it. Someone posted an Urban Dictionary of No Simp September. It's classic. A challenge when you aren't allowed to simp for any being on this earth, including fictional characters, for whole September. It doesn't define what simp is, but I see it's funny because I see like a lot of memes and shit like talk about that, and I just never even bothered googling it to try and figure out what it was. I just assumed it was another one of those stupid fucking things that kids make up that doesn't make any sense.
Only fangirls.
Yeah, so I don't know. It's No Simp September, so stop being simple. Be more complicated. That's what we have to do.
That ain't what it is. That ain't what it is at all.
That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna be more complicated this month. I'm gonna start listening to Avril Lavigne. Is that Avril Lavigne or is that Alanis Morissette? They're the same person.
They're not the same person, but
One of them is dead.
one of them's been dead for 19 years.
Yes. And it's just a body double. So, didn't she marry somebody? Didn't Avril Lavigne like marry like someone?
Some 41.
Yeah. Or someone in some 41.
Yeah.
She didn't marry the baby.
Yeah, the lead singer.
Yeah.
Yeah, so some 41.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't think they're together anymore.
Oh. Well, it's because she died.
Well, I think she married him after she died.
Oh wow. That's crazy. Strange turn of events.
Dude, allegedly she's only 35 years old too.
What? Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, she'll be 36 at the end of the month.
I feel like she was popular like in the 90s. She was like 13 when she was fucking famous.
Yeah, she was probably about 15 years old.
Jesus Christ.
Late 90s.
Wow. That's wild. No wonder why she died. Too famous, too quick, it's too many drugs.
That we should do that one day. That's the thing is I don't have it on me, so I don't know.
The most ridiculous conspiracy theories.
Yeah, that one's pretty good.
Yeah. The most outlandish conspiracy theories, I think that would
Oh,
be,
dude, she married and divorced the guy from Nickelback too.
Yeah.
Ew, Chad Kroeger?
Yeah.
It's because they're both Canadian.
Yeah, as is Derek Jason Woodley, nicknamed Busy D. Lead singer of Sum 41.
Sick.
Yes, it did.
He's fucking ugly.
Which one, Chad Kroeger?
No.
Busy D?
Busy D.
Weird. With a name like Busy D, I can't believe he's not like a Ryan Gosling lookalike.
He is fucking ugly. Holy shit.
Alright, so you just watched the video I sent you the other day.
Yeah.
I gotta get your take on it. Are you, you got a hot mic now, your mic's on now.
You can hear
Stop
me.
chewing so fucking loud.
Yeah. What, give me your initial thoughts.
I mean, dude, the guy has dementia. What do you want?
Alright, so.
For a guy who has dementia, I think he's doing pretty good.
So, for you guys have no idea what we're talking about, there's a video, or you might once I explain it. There's a video of Joe Biden during his speech in Pittsburgh the other day, and it was absolutely incoherent.
kept just using the wrong words.
Let me see. Actually, do you have it like accessible?
I can make it exist.
Because I was gonna see if I can pull it up, but I'm signed into our podcast on Twitter.
COVID has taken this year,
I
just since the
restart that.
outbreak,
Hold on.
Yeah.
has taken, COVID has taken this year, just since the outbreak, has taken more than 100 years. Look, here's it. The lives, it's just, I mean, think about it.
I mean,
Yeah. So what you just heard wasn't like covering and then recovering. Like that
The
was an
Wi-Fi-
actual clip.
the Wi-Fi's fine here.
Yeah. We didn't lose service.
No.
Like that is his brain lost service for. a
That's
quick
what I thought
second.
happened at first. Was I thought my phone skipped.
That really like killed my faith too when I saw that, because I watched his like 25-minute straight speech for the DNC, and I was like, wow, he's doing a good speech. He didn't really have any errors, and like he actually used emotion at the right points. Like he didn't seem like he was going like senile, and then that happens.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if they have him on something too, if he's all hopped up on drugs to like keep him awake.
It's a puppet.
And also, like, there's probably a difference between him giving that if you're giving a 25-minute speech at the DNC, I would imagine he was probably reading off of something, off a teleprompter. I don't think he was probably reading off a teleprompter at that point in Pittsburgh, and that probably is when things go awry.
Just give him the teleprompter.
He's not allowed to like speak normally.
I'm Ron Burgundy.
I love Lamp. So I mean,
He's like a mix of Ron Burgundy and whatever his name is.
yeah, it was bad.
Yeah, it's not good. I mean, it just again, as someone who isn't political, it's like how can you hate Trump so much that you're behind this guy?
Yeah,
I know he has a stutter, but I know that's not a stutter, and I don't know much about his stutter. Like I know he just fumbles words. Like I don't know if he's always done it, and like they're like, it's been this way since the '90s, or not. I don't know, because everything he's ever done has been with a teleprompter. It seems before now.
yeah. They're trying.
I'm trying to.
They're trying to hide
rationalize.
behind his stutter because I've heard that before.
Yeah.
I'm not a speech language pathologist,
He has like a.
so I'm not going to pretend to be one. But I feel like I've been around enough people that actually have stutters.
Yeah.
Between students and other people. That doesn't sound like any of the stutters I've heard.
I know. Well,
That's mixed. That's mincing words and like mixing things up.
yeah.
That's not stuttering.
Yeah. Like during his speech, I could see the stutter, the good speech, because he gets like dead tongue, like the word just kind of like muff, like he gets some,
Yeah.
like he's eating potatoes.
Yeah,
Peanut
he's.
butter on the roof of his mouth. Like
Yeah.
dog.
Yeah.
The speech was 25 minutes, but it was really 7. He spent spent 17 of those minutes going, you got it.
Yeah. So, bottom line is, it's not looking good for creepy Uncle Joe over
Over
there.
Kamala?
The
Over Pence?
the betting odds have flipped.
Yeah.
Biden was like a big favorite,
Mm-hmm.
or not big, but enough.
Yeah, he
Enough.
was minus 120 and Trump was plus 105 or plus 110.
I saw even more. I think I saw Biden at one point was like minus 140, and Trump was probably like plus 125 or so.
Yeah, yeah,
I mean,
it's flipped.
it has now flipped.
Yeah,
Trump is now the favorite again.
right.
Was he the favorite before the DNC? I don't
He
know,
was
'cause
the
that a big one.
favorite. He was the favorite probably until
The riots.
maybe May
Yeah.
or so.
Once the riots came out, Biden became the favorite.
I thought that DN speech was going to really ride a lot of coattails.
No, it actually went the other way.
Yeah.
Now, just with the gambling lines too, they are influenced by where the money goes.
Right.
Mhm.
But on something like the election, it's pretty fair because there's no analysis, there's no history, there's no offense, defense, no yards per carry. Like,
Right.
there's nothing to break down. It's just what do people want.
Right.
Mhm.
Right.
and now Trump is now the favorite. So more people who are betting, and I know that's not everybody,
Right.
but sample size is irrelevant. More people who are betting want Trump to win,
Right.
which can be it's not the end all be all, but it could be indicative of
Yeah.
where we stand. And if he keeps staying as a favorite and moving as a favorite, because a lot of money keeps going in every day, then it just shows you that people are continuing to take him.
Yeah. So this thing literally just popped up on my Twitter. I'm assuming it's in response to this Joe Biden clip that's been going around the last couple days. Talk about children, just volleying horse shit back and forth at each other. This literally just the top of my Twitter news feed. President Trump denies he had a series, quote unquote, series of mini strokes that sent him to Walter Reed Medical Center.
What?
So now the Democrats are coming out and saying that Trump had strokes. That's why he went to Walter Reed Medical Center. Why? Because your guy couldn't fucking speak the other day? Now you have to throw shit at the other guy?
What advantage does that give the Democrats?
It puts less
Well, they're saying he's
now
incompetent. They're because everyone's like, oh, Joe Biden can't speak. He's incompetent. He
If
can't
they're
be
both,
president.
if they're both, you might as
So
well.
now the Democrats are like, well, Trump's incompetent too because he just had strokes.
Yeah, trying to swing the independents are trying to swing as much as possible.
But see, the thing with that though, when you tell me that, it's like we listen to Trump speak. He's an asshole,
Right.
but he's coherent and generally he knows what he's talking about.
Right.
The other hand, I mean, again, I'm convinced he has some level of dementia. It doesn't need to be bad.
Right.
But the other hand, it's like, dude, that was not
That was bad.
that was not good.
Yeah.
So when Trump is not good, it's because he's being a dickhead.
He's just a dickhead.
It just rattles off
Yeah.
whatever he's thinking.
Yeah.
he even said he was even giving shit to the NBA, talking about how their viewership is way down, and maybe the NFL and baseball should pay attention and respect our flag and country or something. It's like he just keeps doubling down on all this shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Keep that base alive.
So, but my God, could you be any more of a child? It's like they're coming out and saying well, no, Biden's not good. So now they're like, no, Trump's not good either. He just had strokes. What? Where did that come from? Well, he went to the hospital. Oh, okay. Did he? Did he really? What did he actually go for? Guy could have fucking stubbed his toe. He's the president of the United States. They're not going to take him to fucking downtown. They're not going to take him to fucking Good Sam in Brockton. They're going to take him to Walter Reed.
Didn't his brother just died? Maybe he's getting some checkups.
Right, he's the president of the United States. I'm pretty sure there might be 3 doctors in the entire country that are allowed to actually touch him. Yeah.
What political affiliation?
Yeah. You know what I mean? Oh, well, he just went to Walter Reed. Okay. He's the commander in chief. That's a military hospital. He's allowed to go there.
I hate parties.
Oh, it's so bad.
Democrats and Republicans, when they just want to say their party stuff and ignore everything else hypocritically.
Dude, I went into the comments on that Biden clip. People have convinced themselves that he is brave and he's showing good leadership qualities. And I look at it as a guy that fucking would be hanging out with Happy Gilmore's grandmother in fucking in whatever nursing home where he killed the Mista lady.
Mista.
Yeah, he's gonna be making fucking quilts with Ben Stiller. Oh, that's a tremendous looking trophy, Mr. Gilmore. Well, good news, everyone. Arts and crafts time just got extended by 4 hours today.
Oh.
Fuck me. But something else that Trump did do today, though, he's urging the Big Ten to play football.
Really?
Yes, he's urging the Big Ten commissioner to play football.
I've never lived in Big Ten country, but I know the Big Ten country loves their football. That might swing some fucking votes his way. I feel like there are plenty of people that live in Big Ten country that wants football, and they're like, oh, Trump wants me to have football? I'll vote for him.
Michigan's a swing state, right?
It is.
Is Ohio?
It is.
Because, so we had an FCS game. We know the SEC's playing.
Yep.
Big 12 hasn't canceled.
Nope. It's only the Pac-12 and the Big Ten are the only two that have come out and said they will not play.
Yeah. And guess what conference has been ignored from all of this?
Yep.
The Pac-12.
The Pac-12, because no one cares.
Oregon, Washington,
Yeah, they're all gonna
California.
They're all gonna go to Biden.
What does he care?
Yeah.
So
He knows what he's doing. He didn't come out and say, "Oh, Pac-12 and Big Ten, you guys should play football." No.
Everything's a fucking.
No, he
Big
went
Ten.
Big Ten. You guys need to play football.
So now
It's like an executive order with the money for the $300 for unemployment. He was like, I'm signing it, and it's gonna take out a FEMA. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, all presidents do that. All presidents just sign executive orders that are technically
No.
unconstitutional.
Well, for the money, yeah.
There was like
But
I
right-
saw
right
there was
now-
like a list of like 7 or 8 executive orders that Obama put through that were
Yeah.
technically unconstitutional. It's just what they do.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter, Democrat, Republican, they all do it.
No, I mean just now that's like really close to election time.
Yeah.
It gives it that more
Yeah.
that little bit of zest.
Yeah.
You wanna sign that.
I forget who it started with.
Obama really pushed
Nixon?
it out, but
It was like either Nixon or the first Bush, like started going above the power of maybe it was Jimmy Carter. I don't know. It was
Carter
sometime in the
was-
70s or the 80s. The president, one of the presidents, just started signing executive orders left and right that were technically unconstitutional because that's not what the president. Like the president, if you're not a fucking dictator, you don't just get to sign executive orders to do whatever you want.
separation of powers.
governor
they-
of your state gets to though.
Yeah. Well,
He does.
Separation of powers.
yeah.
He or she does.
Yeah.
One in Massachusetts does.
Well, it also this is what it could. The whole point of the federal government is to not let it become like the governor of Massachusetts. So I wouldn't be surprised if you look. I don't know what the Massachusetts state constitution looks like, but I'd be willing to bet that a lot of the executive orders that Baker signed could potentially be against the Massachusetts constitution. Like I don't know what it is. I don't know.
They pretty much mirror the federal.
But you're
government,
not
though.
you're pretty much not allowed to just sign executive orders into power. Like they have to follow a certain thing. Like you can't like everyone remembers fucking Schoolhouse Rock. Does a bill become a bill? Like it has to pass through a bunch of different things. The president just can't do it. But whatever. Some president prior signed a bunch of them and then people just kind of let it go.
Well, they
And
figured
then
out.
it ended up expanding, quote unquote, the executive branch's power because no one stopped it.
Well, they
So then all the following presidents are just like, well, he did it, so I'm going to do it.
Yeah, they figured out that like if it has enough support, then it becomes controversial, and then it goes to the courts. They know
Right.
that it's going to go to the court. The court takes a while, so they might as well just do it anyways. And then you get that little bit.
Yeah.
Oh, it was unconstitutional. Oh, haha! I still got it through a little bit.
So the most popular one that everyone talks about was DACA with Obama.
Yeah.
He signed the DACA executive order, which is technically unconstitutional, but it's the Dreamers and something to protect immigrants. And so he was like, okay, well, I'm going to do this, just like you
Yeah.
said. He goes, I'm going to do it. It's unconstitutional, but like, who's going to oppose saving immigrants?
Yeah, when they're
Texas.
under
Right,
well, they were-
Arizona.
yeah.
Right. The border states.
But they're underage. Fuck them.
Yeah. So then that's why
Not in
Trump-
my town.
that was the first thing Trump got a whole load of shit for when he got into office because he sent DACA to the Supreme Court and the Supreme Court was like, yeah, no, this is unconstitutional. You can't do that. And everyone was like, Trump hates immigrants. He's a racist. But then what he actually did that no one talked about was he tried to push a bill through the right way to save immigrants.
Yeah.
He wanted it done. He just wanted it done according to the Constitution.
Well, it just sounds like orders are just public perception.
Yeah.
So Trump signed a continuation of the unemployment.
Right.
So people see it, they don't think anything about it and go, oh, he extended it.
Yeah.
No, he didn't.
No.
Because there's nothing, he can't do that.
Right.
He can't just decide more money for everyone.
Yeah,
It has to go through, it has to be a bill, it has to go through the House or the Senate.
Yeah.
They can't get along anyway. Plus they're on vacation.
Yeah.
So all those unemployment things,
Well, he took it out of FEMA, which is technically legal because it's in the I think that's the Department of Homeland Security. They deal with natural disasters. So he took that. He just took their money. So he actually did. That was actually constitutional. I found out.
but can it be enacted because it's just an order?
No, an executive order is the same thing as a police chief making an order to the police that are under him. Like all right, we're going to work on the drug area here and fuck up that area. So you're doing something within your power to fix an area that you have in your jurisdiction.
They are allowed,
So,
but it just so happens that a lot of them that get passed aren't allowed.
yeah, they
Like,
intertwine with the legislative.
Like, they
branch.
exist for a reason. Executive orders exist for a reason. It just so happens that more times than not, probably they're unconstitutional. And
Yeah,
they just get kicked back.
It's based on the power. So if he took the money from Congress, like the money that they appropriate for taxing and things like that, that would be unconstitutional. But he took it from FEMA, which is his department, so it is constitutional.
And because it's constitutional, it can actually happen.
It's gonna
Okay,
like
so-
everyone's gonna get that money, but it's only 3 weeks worth.
Yeah, it was
It's only 55.
I know it was really only ceremonial
Yeah.
in a way,
Mhm.
because the real bill needs to come through
Yeah, they
one of the House or the Senate.
yeah, because they have the
Yeah.
real money. They have
Yeah.
Yeah, and they're working on like an actual thing.
Well, they were.
Sorry, they're on
September-
vacation.
They're on vacation.
Wait, no, are they back today?
No, the 8th.
Next
Yeah,
week.
no, that's
The day after
Labor Day.
Day after Labor Day.
Yeah, let's
Come
take
on,
Labor
Come on,
Day, too.
they can't work that hard. It's not like the country needs Congress right now.
Yeah.
We're in great shape.
Yeah, but what the fuck is Congress gonna do besides campaign?
Ideally, they would pass one of these bills. Whether it's
Ideally,
whether it's the HEALS Act or the
You think they-
Heroes Act.
big
would-
fan of the heels.
You would
HEALS
think they
Act
would.
is pretty solid.
Big fan of the heels.
You would think
Yeah.
they would actually try to pass some stuff so they stay in office and
Yeah.
routes them right now during the primaries.
Yeah. Well, most people are fucking idiots anyway, and they're just gonna vote however they party align.
I like the guy with the hair that's blonde.
Yeah.
Dude, I saw a guy at Sharon Country Club yesterday, and he was driving a Nissan Maxima. His license plate says TRMP 45, and he's got stickers all over the car, like
Nice.
Trump Pence and whatever else.
Yeah.
Imagine so I got to imagine this guy's existence is Trump support, right?
Yeah.
And maybe
Yes.
golf, because I saw him at the golf course. But like, this is what he lives for. His fucking license plate is Trump 45.
Yeah.
You have to get that yourself.
He probably doesn't even like golf. He said he saw Trump playing golf. He's like, fuck, I like golf.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah.
Or it's like,
I love Trump.
and then, so what do I hear from the putting green? People talking politics. Wow, who would have guessed the fucking Trump guy was gonna be
Yeah.
talking politics with anyone that'll fucking talk? My lord, if he ever played with me, he'd probably have a heart attack out there,
Hey, Bobby, nice
or
to
a
meet you
series of
today.
mini strokes, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, real quick.
Oh yeah, what do you think about the election? I don't vote.
Yeah.
What?
What do you mean? You have to.
I
It's
don't
just
have
civic duty.
But my thing is, like with this guy, he is such like a hardcore Trump guy with a Massachusetts plate. What's the point?
Yeah. Well, you know what I will say? I know we talked about this in a previous episode, but I've been doing a little bit more driving in the area. I've seen more Trump signs.
He's not gonna win Massachusetts.
No, I know, but like,
It was.
I want to see the district breakdowns because if Trump doesn't carry, what are we, Bristol County?
Yes.
Yeah.
I will be. Pause. Pregnant pause.
No, we are.
Um,
I genuinely didn't know.
I
this.
will
Oh, right next to
be.
Plymouth.
I will be surprised, mildly surprised, if Trump does not win Bristol County in Massachusetts.
But that's the thing is, it doesn't matter.
No, I know it doesn't like big picture, but I want to see the districts and the county breakdowns because I've been, like I said on the last episode when I drove up to Norfolk, and now just driving around to the golf courses around here and going back between here and North Attleboro. And where did we go the other? Oh, we went to Middleborough the other day for Amy's cousin's 40th.
Oh, Middleborough.
That's
like
that's not Bristol County,
That's
but
like Arkansas.
that's Plymouth County. I'm pretty sure, but
They're Plymouth, yeah.
but my God, it's all Trump. It's all Trump support down here. Southeastern Massachusetts is all Trump supporters. I haven't seen one. I couldn't even tell you what a Biden sign looks like.
It's probably red, white, and blue.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Well, they all are. But like, I couldn't. I mean, it has his name on it, but like, I don't know what it looks like.
It's probably the North Shore versus the South Shore again. We're doing this.
Yeah,
Got a little mini civil war going. I've noticed that we've been trending more conservative over the years. Like we used to be near 70, now we're closer to like that 60-40 gap.
Yeah.
Like I wouldn't be surprised if it's 63, 50, 37 overall for the state.
Yeah, I
That
just
should be
like,
Well, we've always had historically Republican governors. But again, there's that whole thing. It's literally called, like, it's a term. It's called a Massachusetts Republican.
Yeah.
Like, you're a Massachusetts Republican, whereas, like, you're Republican by name, but you're still pretty fucking liberal.
Yeah.
Well, the
Which
Democrats
actually,
stand
I will at least, not a lot, 7%? I'll give them like 7% credit because they'll say, I'm Republican, but I kind of like meet in the middle.
Yeah.
I'll give you that because then you're at least independently thinking a little bit about
Right.
the issues. Not just saying, I love guns, hate abortion,
Yeah.
fuck immigrants,
Right. Right.
white power, like, you're
Right.
like, and it's like, well, if you love guns, do you really care about abortions? Actually, not really.
Right.
Well, why?
Right.
Well, I'm Republican.
Yeah.
It's like, oh god.
You could probably make the argument that Massachusetts Republican is the best kind of Republican.
Nope, I will not say such a thing. I will not say such a thing. I'll say I'll give them 7% credit
Yeah.
for maybe thinking critically about the party system and saying, hey, I'm pretty liberal, like, choose equality, like, whatever.
Right. Anyone
But-
can get married. You don't have to keep the
But, like,
baby.
hey,
but
I
I also don't take my guns.
But also, it's like, I don't want the government fucking doing all my shit for me.
Right,
Like,
right.
we should still pay taxes and appropriate that money correctly. Like,
Yeah.
but like, whatever it be.
Right. But
Like-
like, don't hit me with a fucking 40% tax like California. You get fucked.
Yeah, you can go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
Like, fuck, like, government, you're there. You know, if we need you, we'll build some stuff in. But like, why don't you just stay the fuck away?
Yeah.
You know why I don't like the parties? Because everything you pretty much explained just sounds like an independent, and it is. But people will be like, no, I'm a Republican. No, I'm a Democrat. I want to be
Yeah.
part of something. I just don't agree as much.
Well,
at least in this.
We did the exercise in high school, government law class, and it
Good
was
old
like,
Mr. McMahon.
you know, kind of like trying to like, not like pick a party because now that seems so negative, but
It's
like
picking your platform, right?
giving you an idea of like what parties kind of align with your thoughts, whatever. And then, you know, you look at the actual individual questions and you go, like, and this is me in high school, I go, this doesn't make any sense. No, it's like, because in high school, I knew enough to know that Republican and Democrats are the only two parties that count. If you go in another party, it doesn't count. Don't worry about it. And if
Right.
you think it really counts, no, it doesn't. Because
Right.
when was the last time we had a non-major party president?
Whigs.
Well,
That guy
even you could make
must
the
know.
argument that at the time, Whig was a major party.
And that's why I said not
Yeah.
just Democrat, Republican, because I know they haven't been around the whole time. But
Right. When have we ever had a third party president? I
Yeah,
don't
we
know.
know.
I don't know. I
We've
don't know
never-
if it's ever.
we've
The
never
answer
had
could
a-
be never.
We've never had a third party that actually like won more than 25%.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
So-
right then and there, I know any other party doesn't matter. Green, Libertarian, doesn't matter.
Right.
So you look at Republican and I go, okay, well half of these questions I kind of agree with, and half I don't. You look at the Democrat questions, I go, well, I kind of agree with half of those and half I don't. Oh, so this is stupid. Moving on.
Yeah.
Independent.
Yeah.
That means you have to vote based on which ones you care about most, I guess.
Wow, what an
Or
idea!
person.
What an idea!
Yeah.
Imagine that.
Yeah.
Imagine.
I guess I don't really care about abortion at the age of 16.
No, and even now I don't care. It's like if you want
Yeah.
to have an abortion, go nuts.
Right. Do whatever you want.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I can't have one. So,
yeah.
what trimester am I in? Can we have one?
God, can you abort me?
Yeah, I was gonna say that's what I mean. It's
Is it
like,
too late to abort me?
Can I abort myself?
Yeah.
Fuck, I believe in abortions now. Yeah,
I know it's
yeah.
it's a little
Kill me.
it's a little late in the trimesters, but
I'm in my 157th trimester. Can you please murder me?
yeah, it's like my 360 month,
Yeah.
364 months or something.
Yeah, that would be like 103rd
Sometimes
trimester.
Yeah, is that too late?
Yeah.
No, but it's like the whole fucking thing's asinine.
Not too late if you're a Democrat.
Fuck. But what if I do it with a gun?
Yeah. Ooh.
Just blast your pussy.
I don't need a gun for that.
Yeah. What kind of gun are we talking about here?
I'm talking about a real gun.
Is it an automatic gun?
I'm talking about a very pure, a very independent sign that everyone can get offended by. A woman stand up for her right to have a gun, shooting herself in the pussy because it's her body.
Yeah, I don't think anyone's gonna get down with that.
That's why I like it.
Yeah, I don't think that would probably kill her either.
Oh. I hope not.
Probably just end poorly. I mean, she'd probably survive.
But it would piss off a lot of
Yeah, it
political
would.
people.
Yeah, it would piss off a lot of people. Yeah.
That girl fucks too.
Well, you got anything else?
I do.
Yeah.
Is Halloween gonna get canceled this year?
Oh shit.
Nah. No way.
How do we do this?
That's right.
Uh,
Well, no, kids are wearing masks.
Fine.
everyone's a doctor.
Everyone's
are
gonna
you?
be a doctor. For
I'm a
Halloween.
coronavirus patient.
Yeah. What are you? Oh, I'm a slutty nurse. Everyone's gonna be a slutty nurse this Halloween.
So, originally, and I don't care about like college parties because whatever, those are happening regardless of who wears what.
Yeah.
Do kids go trick or treating?
They can wash all the stuff out.
Holy shit! I think Dickie was ahead of his time in Florida. I think there's gonna be trunk or treating.
Yes! We did it, Florida, baby! We made it!
Anybody that's been listening to
We've
the
done
show long
something
enough
right.
remembers the story where he told, I don't even know, that had to have been last winter.
Yeah.
You told the story about trunk or treating.
I actually kind of forget trunk or treating.
Where like everyone goes to a parking lot and you trick or treat out of the trunks of people's cars.
Because if you don't live in a community, you live too far away, so might as well just all go to the school and go to a trunk, trick or treat, trunk or treat.
I feel like that's gonna have to be how it is. Because you're not gonna be like, it's gonna be too scary to go to people's houses because of coronavirus. They might live inside the house.
Yeah.
Car too. Florida though, we made it. We did something right.
Wow. Could you imagine if trunk or treating becomes a thing?
We finally yeet our
Because you could do that, like it's open air in a parking lot in a
Yeah.
school.
Yeah.
And you just walk from trunk to trunk of everyone's car and you get your candy and then you're on your way. It's like an assembly line.
Yeah, you
Every-
don't have to
everyone-
go by anyone's house.
Right?
And-
You don't
and
have
you
to,
can-
yeah. You
You
don't have to.
can police it because the parents all wear like medical gloves. They reach into a new bag that they opened, like here's one, here, and here. You got a Snicker, you got this one, you got that one. Here's a peep, bitch.
Holy shit, I can't believe trunk or treating is fucking corona friendly.
The Florida Panthers are on the rise. They're pouncing. Yeah. First it's this, then what else do we believe down there? Throwing alligators at people? That's how we protect ourselves from coronas.
Yeah, it turns out the cure to coronavirus is gonna come in fucking from alligators.
Fucking
Well, they're nature's perfect killing machine.
Yeah.
the alligator Abdullah Abdullah.
Wow.
Halloween's on a Saturday this year too.
Yeah. Well, I can tell you right now, if coronavirus is still fucking rampant or whatever,
Well, it will be because it's before the election.
the amount of tests, like positive tests, are gonna fucking skyrocket for kids between the ages of like 18 and 25.
Well, they won't because they need them to vote.
Yeah,
Wait,
no, that's true.
I know they suck at voting, but they're typically all Democrat.
how are they gonna protect them from the coronas?
They're just gonna
They
say,
need their
nope,
votes,
you're
dude."
false.
Yeah, if you're.
I mean, we know that's kind of how it works now with the.
Yeah. So in Florida, I know you weren't on the last episode, Spoon, but we had a.
I was
Oh no, we talked
did
about it
two
off the
episodes.
air. We talked about it off the air.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, they're either too incompetent to provide actual test results, or they're making them up.
Right. And then you also said, or I think it was you or somebody I was talking to, said that they're just gonna self-administer, like college students.
College kids self-administer their own tests.
Yeah, because you want them to do a bad job, so they all get negative because the school literally could not afford to have all of their kids test positive.
Especially too, what do you do about housing? If 1 week in you send everybody home.
Wouldn't you want them to get sent home? That way they go home to their safe place to vote later.
Oh yeah, if it's back to the voting angle, that's a different. Yeah, so the voting angle has a serious flaw, and it's are college kids who aren't in their voting precinct gonna actually vote? Probably not. But
Probably not.
Why would you vote while you're in college?
yeah.
Most,
They
most
give out
college
all the
kids.
things that distract us.
Well, they just seems so with them though. I know Bernie's not there anymore, but like a lot of college kids get up in arms and want the government to do everything for them.
Right.
Like free school, free health, free everything.
Right. You need to give this to me because it's a human right. It's not a human right,
It's really not.
but thanks.
But it could, but it could be.
But no, because if too many people start testing positive, then you have to send people out of the dorms, and they don't get your housing checks.
Right. Well, that's the whole thing when college students were bitching. Like, I can't believe I'm not even going back to campus, but I still have to pay the same amount. Like, no, you don't. Because
Pay
if you're
less
not,
room and board.
if you're not going back to campus, you're not paying room and board.
Well, if you think about like what tuition is, like what is it, like 950 or something?
That's what
for
we're-
one class.
So
Like I didn't pay.
Well,
I didn't pay for the class. I paid for like college, like to be like hanging out and then just have
There's-
an afterthought.
yeah,
of
a
class.
standard
That's what they do.
tuition, and then there's fees.
Yeah.
And your fees are charged per class, or per credit that you take
yeah,
per semester,
Yeah.
but then they cap at a certain amount. So like,
Mhm.
if it goes up for every credit up to 18 credits, and then I think you max out at 18 credits, which is why technically you're allowed to take more than 18 credits in a semester, but the college doesn't want you to because you're actually stealing money from them because you don't pay extra for more. So that what they try and do is be like, oh no, you can't take 21 credits. That's way too much. You can't do that. You have to get it signed off on. Because I know someone worked at CISO who was younger than me, so I don't think you knew her. But she, for like 3 semesters in a row, took 21 credits.
yeah.
And she had to get it specifically signed off on by the dean to allow it. And then Bobby was the one that told me that. And it was like, yeah, school doesn't want you to do that because you're essentially taking money you're getting a free class. Because they
hit that perfectly for me.
they
I
cap
wouldn't
you at 18.
I think they also charge the same for 12 to 18 credits. Because
Potentially, yeah.
they want, because a lot of them say like, oh yeah, well you have to take a minimum of 12.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like full time and you can't live on campus. that
Yeah,
bullshit.
so a full-time student paying the full-time rate is 12 to 18, I think.
Yeah. Yeah.
So if you wanted to, get ahead, and what would it save you, a semester?
If you did 18 every semester instead of 15.
Yeah, because you
1,
would.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, you'd
It
save
would
a
save you
semester,
one
and you
semester.
have one less class that last
Yeah.
semester.
Yeah, so if you took 6 classes
Instead
for the
of 5.
first 3 years, you would only have to take 5.
4.
4?
Yeah, so that last one would be 4 because it's 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5. So if you take 6, you'd have an extra 6 that you don't have to take, and it would just carry over.
18 times 6 semesters is 108 credits. You need 130 to graduate, I think, right?
120.
120. So you'd have 12. You'd have 12 credits.
Oh yeah, so you're
after
right. Yeah, so it'd be 4.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
It'd be 4 classes.
4 classes your first semester senior year.
Yeah, then you'd be done.
Yeah, you'd graduate in 3.5 years.
Never mind if you did some summer stuff and whatever. But
Right.
yeah, I think college costs the same for 12 to 18 credits. Didn't matter what you did.
Right.
Shit.
Because there were a couple times where with the lab I was over 15.
Oh yeah, that one credit. Would be,
Yeah, because
it's-
lab
sometimes
classes
I had
were
two.
four
Or-
credits.
Or me and Bill doing a dance class and
Yeah.
Yeah.
guitar dance.
Or even-
ballroom dance.
Because in a semester, the 1 credits were only half the semester. So you could get over
Yeah.
with it.
Yeah. They used to try and limit you too on how many 1 credits you could take.
Oh yeah.
But being a phys ed major,
They were required.
they were required, so they didn't put limits on us.
Stacking up. A bunch
So
of
I think a non-phys ed major was only allowed to take
like 3.
four 1 credits their entire. I think it ended up being 1 a year. We're only allowed 4 1 credits a year. But
We had 3
as a-
required.
as a phys ed major, you're required to take 3.
so I
so
think
we
they
just
let
used
us,
to
they just
take-
let us take as many, or
Yeah.
we took 7 or
Yeah,
whatever.
Yeah.
That's why you guys were always doing things.
Yeah.
Well, dude, it was beautiful. It's like I would take basketball, and then basketball would get replaced by like disc sports, and neither one's
Yeah.
really a thing.
Yeah.
That's 2 credits right there. And if I fucking add in badminton, it's like
What a major.
What a fucking joke.
What an absolute joke.
What a joke.
I think by last semester, my senior year, I had 3 classroom classes, so that's 9 credits, and then I took 4 activities. It's because I needed to get to 12 credits.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think I took disc sports, archery, ballroom dance, and I forget the other one.
Latin social afterwards.
No, it was something fucking stupid. I forget what it was, but that was my last semester of senior year. It was an absolute fucking joke.
What if liberal arts is more of a joke or phys ed? I know phys ed has the hard stuff, but I feel
think
like liberal
liberal
arts must
arts
have
is-
like philosophy.
But I would say, I feel like liberal arts is more of a joke because it's nothing.
Right.
Don't you learn like philosophy and psychology or maybe? I don't know.
I feel like it's jack of all trades, master of none.
Yeah.
Ooh.
You also don't have to do like science shit. Like some of those,
No.
like biomechanics, fucking blew. It's physics.
Yeah.
Like biomechanics was taking a fucking college physics class, but it was just like applied to the body.
Yeah, it's like, oh, and think of a golf swing and now do all these angular velocity fucking
Yeah.
equations.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was fucking terrible. We had some hard courses. I don't know anyone that was a liberal arts major.
I don't know. I didn't even know that. I know when people say liberal arts school.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
I
I
just
didn't
know
realize that was like you could get a liberal arts degree.
Talk about fucking useless.
it's basically having undecided. What do you call undecided when you don't have a major yet?
Just undeclared.
Undeclared.
So it's the same thing, just more bullshit for 2
It's a
more years.
You're declaring that you're undeclared.
I'm declaring that this money was wasted.
That's like those certain degrees, like anthropology. Like the only thing you can do with an anthropology degree is become a professor to teach anthropology. It's a catch-22.
There's
Like
no-
the only jobs available are just teaching more people that are suckers like you.
Nah, dude, I'm gonna study people.
Yeah.
that character Sewage Joe from Parks and Rec with the mustache. He was a stand-up comedian for a while. He had a good one because he was an anthropology major. He was like, "They want my money, the school. They want me to pay it back. Why would you ever want something from someone who has the word apology in the major? Sorry, the career sucks. I'm doing stand-up now, along with the rest of them.
Yeah.
Like all
There's
this bullshit.
There's a few of those. Anthropology, philosophy. Philosophy is one where it's like literally your only job is to become a professor to continue teaching philosophy.
Well, I was gonna say, even an
Seven
undergrad psych degree,
Yeah.
it does nothing. You need to keep going.
Right. You need to like
Is it a
specialize in something, whether
is it
it's
a
like
master's?
clinical mental health.
No,
or-
but you need a master's for all that.
yeah.
Wait, is it masters only that you would need, like to be a psychologist? One of those people.
No,
No.
PhD.
To be a
Or
psychologist.
I don't
is
know.
a
Are they a
PhD.
PhD? No.
Yeah.
So you need to do psychology.
Psychiatry. There's a difference between a psychologist and a psychiatrist. A psychiatrist can prescribe meds.
So are they a
So that's
DMD or
That's
a
the only-
DMD?
Doctor of medical dentistry. That's what I think. That's what DMD is.
Yeah. So they would be psychiatrist and an MD.
Yeah. I don't want to be an elf. I want to be a dentist.
So the mind people, the people that deal with your mind,
Yeah.
they have to go through masters and then get a PhD.
Oh yeah, they're doctors.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
Oh, I was.
Yeah, like I
I
didn't
was
know
thinking
if
about that.
I didn't know if they had like a DPSY. I don't like. I didn't know.
Is that why there's so many social workers that like they were like, fuck this, I'm just gonna.
Well,
you
Bridgewater
can get a
had
master's.
social work.
You can get a master's in social work.
Yeah,
Oh, you
MSW.
Bridgewater is one of the few schools now around here where you're starting to see more that you can get a BSW, a bachelor's in social work. It used to just
Bridgewater
be.
had that.
That's
Yeah.
That's what I said.
That's so much
When the
better.
host isn't listening.
No, but they had it the whole time.
Oh yeah. That's what I mean. They were. I said you're
Wait, so
starting
other
to
schools
see
don't
it.
have that?
No, you're starting to see it more.
Oh,
Yeah.
I just thought that was normal
No.
because we had a
Yeah.
lot of social work
Yeah.
graduates.
Bridgewater is a big school for social work and education. Like if you met someone that didn't go to Bridgewater for social work and education, it's almost like, why? What are you doing here?
you got jobbed.
Like I bet you between those 2 degrees covers at least 60% of the school
That makes
population.
Yeah.
Like two majors.
Yeah.
Education. Now, granted,
Education's
education
big.
covers a lot, but education and psychology, it's like that's got to be at least 60% of the school.
I hate social work stuff. I wish it wasn't part of school. I don't care about your problems.
Yeah, I would say I never took social work, sociology, none of that.
Yeah, I took sport sociology of sport.
Dude, it was socio-cultural.
That's what it was. Yeah.
fuck. What is the worst?
Sociocultural foundations of sport, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't even know what that class is about.
I like how psychology and philosophy just nudged their way into history for me. Like they were a big part for the tests in the classes. It's part of the curriculum, because if you don't have that, like, who's learning these things in this world besides just one doctor? So they had to like nudge them, like just put a shoulder into you, like, hey, we're fucking history technically because we haven't.
Yeah,
So
so
I get
are
it.
we.
So it's like,
Yeah.
fuck, I gotta learn about Plato now, and
That was the worst fucking class ever. The
I liked it after a while.
foundations of sport, and was that what it is? 117. Historical foundations of sport.
Good
You
history.
learned about like fucking
Ancient Greece.
Saint Thomas Aquinas and like the first fucking gym class ever, and it's like I don't give a
Matesi?
fuck.
Did you take Matesi for that?
No, I had need for that.
Ha.
And you learned
yeah,
like the
it was
Olympics and all that crap.
She hated me. 'Cause
I learned about the Olympics.
me and Strickland, yeah, we learned about the Olympics, but me and Strickland took that class together our first semester, so it was a Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Every single Friday we showed up hungover, or we just didn't go, and we sat in the back next to each other, obviously, and she fucking hated the two of us. So we would like just drag our asses in like late, hungover all the time. It was bad. She was not a fan.
I like that they used to wrestle naked in the Olympics. You should do that again.
Do you want to wrestle me naked?
Paint
Yeah,
some
no, I was
stripes
gonna
on-
say, because I took foundations or historical, whatever.
Yeah, I don't even know.
think
117. I just call
117.
I call them all by their numbers because I don't forget the names.
But
You remember the numbers of? Oh my
Yeah.
god, I don't even remember anything of them.
Sociocultural was 318. 401 was Phys of X.
How do you remember their names too? Like I remember one teacher's name
well, remember
because
he
his
also,
first
he also
name's,
did
his
teach
first name's
it.
Andrew. That's
Yeah,
right.
so I went there for 6 years and then I taught for 4 years after that.
Yeah.
So I spent 10 years in the fucking
Well, even-
exercise science department of Bridgewater.
Even when you were there and you had the same stuff happening with the guy that like doesn't believe in stretching or whatever, and then the other thing, and that old man, I don't know his name, I don't care.
Wrong.
But like the fact that you remember his name is like kind of amazing because I don't know anyone's name.
Okay, so I don't know what your departments were like.
We had three.
We had 3 teachers.
Yeah.
So it's like I took the same people 4 times.
Yeah, I took only one. I took everything like twice, every person about.
Yeah, but
Okay, that makes more sense.
yeah, it's like I had these guys a million times.
But they only said their name once, the first class. I never like remembered.
Well,
Maybe because history teachers kind of just sit there and talk at you, and you never participate. We were just a lecture. And learn.
so I mean, I guess if it started to get really that confusing, and then let me just go with it. Generally, people used to like Doc Robinson. She was also a woman.
Yeah.
Like it's easy. She was a woman that lifted weights, like Olympic lifting, like competitively, coaching, competitive. That's easy to remember.
I remember.
She's the only one.
She didn't like the frisbee team.
She didn't like a lot of things. Then there was Braun. Braun was giant and bald, and he wrote his own damn book. So every time he said, "Oh, well, we're in the book," in the labs, we're in the book that he wrote, and you had to rip the pages out. So his name was on that book the entire time. Then,
I mean, how can you forget Bob Haslam?
and then Haslam, I
Like,
literally had 6 times,
Oh yeah, yep.
and he was my advisor, so I always had to go to him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had the guy 6 times, and every time I went for advising, walk in, like, well, all right, what are you doing? Doing this. Like, all right, yeah, I already checked you off, so you can go. Fuck, why am I here?
I used to hate that about advisors. They had to actually like approve for some
He
reason.
didn't approve anything.
Like, well, they had to say.
Yeah, well, they had to click or check you off or whatever.
Yeah.
But he just did it ahead of time.
He must have just
Yeah.
decided like he picked one day or just did it every day because he hated going home because he didn't like his home life. But he used to be at the school at fucking 5 o'clock in the morning and he didn't leave until like 9 o'clock at night.
Hey, I also got some insights to his home life by people who used to live in his neighborhood.
Yeah.
It's all true.
Yeah.
It's all true.
Well, I mean, he's been married 3 times.
Yeah, one time to a student.
He has two sets of children in 2 different generations. He has like 2 or 3 kids that are like in their like 50s, and then he has another set of kids that's 2 or 3 that are like our age.
So he's like really just spreading the seed so he lasts forever.
Yeah.
It's like, if something happens to this generation, the next generation shall persevere.
If there's a pandemic virus that only affects people that are older than 50 and we all die, I have younger kids.
Yes. The name will live on.
And I've taught them everything I know,
Yeah.
all my stories and everything.
Yeah, yeah, that's fucking. He's a great guy though. I fucking love him. But yeah, he taught 403, 404, 402,
405.
405. And that
What was Phys Ed 400? Do you remember?
that was
Dog.
Robinson. That was just the strength and conditioning book. Like that was
Yeah.
that was the CSCS book. I don't know.
Yeah, that's what that was.
And then I think I might have also had him for the 403 lab. But then I also had him a fuck ton in grad school. He taught like every class I took in grad school. And he was my advisor.
Dude, I only had him once in grad school because I knew better than that.
Yeah.
I knew better.
Yeah.
I knew better than to take him.
Yeah.
Instead, I did competitive weightlifting.
Yeah.
I took Phys Ed 204. Then I taught Phys Ed 204.
Yeah.
You taught a class.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Neat.
Then
We're all teachers here.
I did research, methods,
Yeah. I had Shihai for
I did.
research.
biomechanics research, and then I did a research project. So all of those classes
Yeah.
led to each other.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's like I either did research or I lifted weights, listened to him one semester,
Yeah.
and then that was it.
Yeah.
The master's program was a fucking joke.
An absolute joke.
I can't believe people actually did education as a master's. 'Cause the first class, write a 40-page paper. That's a requirement. I went, oh, I'm going to do it online in Grand Canyon University. And I'm not going to have to write that.
Yeah. I mean, just college in general is just a joke, but.
Can I get a fake PhD anywhere?
Oh, yeah.
Ooh, American Samoa. No, that's a lawyer.
No, you get,
It's a good lawyer.
there's gotta be, like, one of the, like, Phoenix, University of Phoenix, they
Shut
give
up.
up, they give out
No,
PhDs.
that's funny. They pretty much.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Like
I
the
think-
college, so the College of Natural Science or something. Like real, like hey.
Yeah. Hey, everybody.
Yeah, like hi, Dr. Nick. Like they just give them away, but they like really they like charge almost like regular prices for them. I'm like, oh, I'm not paying you fucking $15,000 for that.
Yeah.
Fuck off.
You could probably go up to Boston. They have the Museum of Christian Science. Christian Science is that we don't believe in science. God heals like cancer and all that. Like they're crazy. You could probably get a PhD, a Christian Science PhD. From
See, I was
this.
gonna get into something like actually related to what I do,
Yeah, yeah.
just so that I can like throw it around, like call me doctor.
You can still do that.
But
Fuck
like,
it.
but like for $15,000, that seems petty.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
steep.
Well, I almost went to become a naturopath. There's a school in Arizona that's like the best school in the country to become a naturopathic doctor. And then I looked at the costs and I was like, and I have to live in Arizona? No, I'm good. So I didn't do it.
There's another one in Utah that you can do mostly remote.
Yeah.
Rocky Mountain.
Rocky Mountain University, yeah,
Yeah.
I think so. I think that's it.
I think there's a PhD there too.
Yeah.
You gotta pay, and you're gonna go out there like 4 times a year.
Yeah, it's a whole fucking thing.
It's all. It's not worth it.
No,
It's not worth it just for the jokes.
no, not at all. There was this, maybe it was functional medicine. I don't know, I forget what it was. I wanted to go be a doctor, either a naturopath or in functional medicine. I forget what the school was in Arizona. But I know someone actually that just graduated like a month ago from there. Because I was going to go enroll at the same time he did. But I didn't.
And here you are.
Here I am. I could have been a fucking doctor.
I forgot how much it is for like teaching. I feel like it's because grad school's like 30 credits, then you have masters. It's a 30, another 30, another 30, and I think the next one is master. I think it's 5 steps of bullshit.
Yeah, I
Since,
don't even know.
like, just I was looking into it because I was like, hey, I did my master's in Florida. I was like, wonder how far I am from being a doctor.
Too far.
Yeah,
Very far.
Pretty far.
Too fucking far. Too fucking much. And
Yeah,
a
they don't pay
dissertation
enough.
just seems like a very, very bad experience.
Yeah.
I'm still not even.
I haven't met
100%
one
sure
person.
about that.
I haven't met one single person that I asked about their dissertation and they had a single good thing to say about it. It was always, oh, it was such a terrible time. I tried to, I had to meet with my advisor 16 times in the 4 months leading up and they just shredded me and I cried myself to sleep the night before my dissertation, or I had to defend it twice because the first time wasn't good. I've
First time I didn't.
I've never met one person that said, "Oh, my dissertation? Yeah, I nailed it. It was great. I loved it. You should go become a PhD." It's always the absolute worst experience in their entire life, and they're like, "But it's over now, and you should do it."
Yeah, fuck it. I did too. I did a dissertai.
Yeah,
Horrible.
yeah. Literally, not one person ever has had anything good to say about the dissertation.
And I think like
Sick.
it could potentially be minimized by doing something you potentially actually give a fuck about.
Yeah.
Like a lot of these people go into like a PhD program and they're a little bit young, like younger, or it's like all they've done is school intern. They've never actually like worked.
Right.
I feel like if I went to do a dissertation when did I graduate grad school? 24. If I went to do a dissertation when I was like 25, 26,
Laugh you out.
it would be miserable.
Right.
I feel like if I went to do a dissertation now, it would still be miserable, but I could make it less miserable.
I feel like I wouldn't try as hard this time. Like now
No,
that
I
I'm
wouldn't
older,
either.
I'm older now. Like
No, I'd be like,
No, because I know it's not that important. Like that's the thing.
Yeah.
You
I
grow
would-
up and you're like, wait a second, this isn't actually that important.
Yeah, it's
I don't care. Oh, this is really fucking hard. Guess what? I don't want to do it anymore.
I become a know-it-all. I'm like, I got this. It's
Yeah.
2 hours today, and I'll be done.
Or-
whatever.
Plus, you
Oh.
know ways to manipulate this thing. So
Okay.
like obviously training for golf is something I find interesting. So that's obviously what my dissertation is going to be on.
Right.
God forbid, back in the day, I did it on fucking sprint mechanics and like joint angles. Oh my god, shoot me in the head.
Yeah.
Shoot me in the fucking head, like
Yeah.
hard,
Yeah.
please. But like now, it's like I know what an easy dissertation could potentially be, and I know what that subject matter would look like. So it's like, oh, what are you gonna do it on? Oh yeah, I was gonna do it on like an 8-week training program designed to improve swing speed. And my measurements are going to be vertical jump, seated chest pass, and obviously club head speed. Like that's going to be like my whatever.
Yeah.
Like those will be my metrics. And what's going to be your intervention? Well, we're going to do 8 weeks of just like regular lifting, and then we're going to do like 8 weeks of like just swinging.
Yeah.
Oh, how many subjects?
2.
I don't know. How many you want? 10 of each?
Yeah.
Like, now the only reason, now I definitely wouldn't do that because I'm not doing anything with an 8-week period, but like,
Right.
dude, that would be so fucking easy.
Right.
I would do mine based on hot colors versus cold colors in the classroom. Cold is so calming. They'll be more behaved. And then I'll just fake all my fucking data.
You know what's actually hilarious is that you can go through an entire PhD program, do your research, have your dissertation, go to defend it, and just say, yeah, my research that I just conducted over the last 2 years is inconclusive.
Didn't work.
Yeah.
And that you still get a PhD.
Yeah.
Because I remember D'Amico?
No.
I worked with him at
D'Amico Ryans?
No, Anthony D'Amico. I worked with him at Fitness Together, and then he became a PhD from Springfield, I think, and then taught at Bridgewater, but then weird, Bridgewater drove him away because he was a good professor.
Weird.
Yeah, all their good professors get driven away. So
What happened to you then?
I was just a visiting lecturer. But he told me, he explained to me, because he did his dissertation was on foam rolling and whether or not it actually works with, he had different like metrics that he was going through, whatever. And he told me, yeah, I went through the whole thing and my data came up statistically insignificant. So I was like, wait, so you did all of that and then your conclusion was that foam rolling isn't actually improved, like it doesn't actually do anything? And he goes, yep. And I go, they still gave you a PhD? He goes, yep.
Yeah, because now
We
we
do
know.
everything.
And I was like, oh,
Because now we know.
okay.
Well,
So it's like not like you just have to do something.
so here, like we talked about, it is science.
Right.
So it's like,
Right.
Well, you don't want
You-
faking data because then all of a sudden you have bullshit everywhere because they need to pass their test.
well,
for
because
dissertation.
what some people do, like researchers, they go and they replicate it.
Right.
And they whatever, and they go, oh well, Mello et al. Found nothing, and we did the exact same protocol, and we found something.
Right.
So now it varies.
So now we don't know.
Right.
Like,
Yeah. Sick.
but that's so. Like, but that's the thing is like you draw your hypothesis. Like, genuinely, you don't know. Now, typically, you try to find something you already know the answer to. But, like, oh, I'm gonna, or you do a meta-analysis. That's great too.
Yeah.
Except then you have to write a lot. But, yeah, you just you draw something up. Like, especially if you took a topic like foam rolling, because there is no way to prove anything with that.
Yeah.
It's just yeah. Oh yeah, how did it affect golf performance? We have no idea.
I don't know. Data was inconclusive. Nothing was statistically significant. Within 7 standard deviations of whatever, you know what I mean? It's like, yeah, no, cool, got nothing. Thanks for that. Thanks for that degree. I'll have 1 doctorate, please.
Give me hand it over.
Yeah, did my checks clear? They did? Okay, cool. When do I get my paper?
Yeah.
Oh, you can call me doctor now.
Yeah. So now, I mean, it's a PhD. So, like, do you guys give me the frame, or do I still need to go out and buy one? Because I feel like that's kind of a fucking steal job here. If I have to buy my own frame for a PhD.
Yeah, I mean, it's bullshit. It should come on a plaque.
Yeah.
I would just shamefully shake the hand of whoever's like the most prestige doctor. Like, doctor.
That'll be.
Yeah.
I'll be going by doctor now.
Yeah.
You have a Nobel Prize. I have a dissertation that came out inconclusive.
I have an inconclusive research study.
Yeah.
We're equals now.
What was your dissertation on? Actually, nothing.
Yeah. Yeah. No.
I proved nothing.
Yeah.
Speaking of proof, now that the statute of limitations is over, back in college I figured something out because I had this.
I thought you were just going to admit to a murder.
Yeah, pretty much. I heard of those papers. I had a professor. This professor, I'm stupid.
I murdered a bunch of Miller High Lives. Does that count?
I had a professor that wanted me to use quotes on every paragraph, but she wanted the quote sentences to overtake the amount of writing that I actually did. So if it was a 6-sentence paragraph, 4 sentences are for quotes, 2 are for me. So it's like I'm not writing anything.
Isn't that called plagiarism?
Not if you
No,
quote it.
not if you cited and everything. That's what she wanted out of everyone. And I couldn't figure it out because it was like, all right, I need like 10 books for this. Then I looked in the library in Bridgewater and I went, there's so many books. And she has not read all of them. I'm going to read a little bit of them and change the main point. And I just started making stuff up based on some of a sentence, like in a chapter that made sense.
Yeah.
And I did that from junior and senior year. I was like, I got it. Because she wasn't the last of them.
Yeah. I mean, they're not actually going to read the textbooks, so.
And that was like an epiphany for me. I was like, hey, I'm not going to plagiarize. I'm going to do the opposite of plagiarize. I'm going to willfully not use the author's words, but use his name. And it was great. It was the biggest loophole I've ever
Reverse plagiarism.
Yeah. Want to start wrapping this up?
You can wrap this up.
It's that time.
So Saturday, we kind of sparked this.
Yeah.
And massive pet peeve I have. The people that claim Chinese food makes them hungry an hour later.
Ugh.
Massive pet peeve.
Yeah.
Didn't you go back in that fridge 20 minutes later?
No, I didn't. No, I actually felt terrible the rest of the night.
Yeah.
No, I was thinking about it. I'm like, man, I might have to change my... No. But, see, okay. My thing with Chinese food, it's like, oh, you just get hungry an hour later. Well, if you eat enough of it, no, you won't.
You won't.
Yeah.
The other part, too, is it's like, I mean, are you just going to eat, like, rice the whole time? Or are you going to eat, like, other shit?
Right. Because it's the same thing, like, you could get Italian, and if you just eat a bowl of pasta, you're going to be hungry again.
Yeah.
Yeah, pasta and rice.
It's like, if you get Chinese food and you just eat a fuck ton of rice, like, you're going to be hungry again.
Yeah, same thing with, like, lo mein.
Yeah.
But if you eat enough of anything, you will not be hungry 2 hours later.
I'd be
Right.
sick.
Yes. Yes, you will feel terrible about yourself, as you should when you eat Chinese food.
Right.
You shouldn't eat Chinese food and feel good about
You
yourself.
don't, you know that going in.
You should
You're
know
well
you're a
aware.
massive piece of shit.
Yeah.
There's a reason why it tastes so good. It is mostly oil. Like,
Like,
it's
yeah.
so much fat and oil in there.
No one ever has said, you know what, I want to feel great later. You gonna want Chinese?
Yeah.
Like, no, it doesn't happen.
I'm gonna go for a nice light meal. Chinese, anyone?
Can I have one serving of Chinese food? It doesn't matter what, just one
Yeah.
serving. Half a cup. Just
Yeah.
fill that and that'll do.
But I do have them. That's a massive pet peeve of mine. People are like, oh, you can't get Chinese food. You'd be hungry in 2 hours. I have never eaten Chinese food and been hungry in 2 hours.
Might as well say that about Italian food with all the pasta.
Well, that's the same. So same thing with pasta. I've never gone or ordered Italian food and been hungry later.
No.
Yeah, so-
Never. Especially because if you go to like a real Italian place, let me get on my Italian high horse real quick.
Ooh, mamma mia.
If you go to a real Italian place, the portions they give you are fucking massive.
Yeah, and it's like it if you're out, it's like you're eating food. Like I just don't get the Chinese thing. People are like, oh, Chinese will be hungry in 3 hours.
Yeah.
Eat more of it.
Right.
And again, I'm always hungry in 3 hours.
Yeah, well, that's another part.
We're all.
Now, there is also an element, and Crazy Dave the bartender, who used to come into the gym, he was famous for this. He would get Chinese food, and he couldn't sleep knowing that it was in the fridge, like leftovers. He goes, I can't go to bed knowing that the leftovers are there. And he wasn't like a fat mess or anything.
Yeah.
Like to eat, but
Yeah.
just the way he phrased that. I can't go to bed knowing that the food is in the fridge. I was suffering from a little bit of that on Saturday. Like, I didn't want to eat any more food.
Yeah.
I did not need to eat any more food. I did not want to eat any more food. But then I kind of wanted to eat more food because I'm like,
It's there.
it's there.
Yeah.
But like,
Should I eat it?
it's so good that like whenever I do, I eat it for breakfast the next morning. Like this
That's
is,
what I did.
and it's a great
Yeah.
breakfast.
I ate
It's
it like at 9 a.m.
Yeah.
It's always the right choice too.
Anything is breakfast when it's the first thing you eat.
Pizza.
Breakfast
Nice.
pizza.
Yeah.
Mm,
Not to be confused with, like a
lunch
breakfast pizza.
No, but
With
breakfast pizzas are pretty good.
Yeah, that's what I mean with like eggs and sausage and bacon and shit.
A little potato action.
Yeah.
I've never had this.
You've never had a breakfast pizza?
I don't even eat pizza anymore. I poop everywhere.
You're missing out.
You're missing out, man.
I miss cold pizza. Oh god.
Do you have a final thought?
That I miss pizza. That's
Do you miss cold pizza?
Yeah.
That was a good show. I missed that show too.
I don't miss that show.
I don't remember it, but I remember the name.
It was
It
it was the very first iteration of like that show First Take. It was Dana Jacobson, Skip Bayless, and Woody Page. It was on ESPN. And they had a segment called First and 10 where they used to debate things, and then all of a sudden they realized that people really liked the debate part, so then the show just became debating.
It was like around the horn or whatever.
Would you call them master debaters?
Yeah, no, Around the Horn was different. Cold Pizza became First Take.
Okay.
So that was that.
There's my final thought.
I think I had breakfast pizza the day I had the Chinese food later that night. What a weekend.
Yeah.
That's a fucking fat slob like that.
My final thought is I want to give a big shout out to Nick, Amy's brother, because obviously he listens to the show religiously here. And I didn't realize this until after we recorded the episode, but back in the episode where I told the story about the vagina soap,
Yes.
afterwards I was like, oh shit, Nick's going to listen to that and know I used his sister's vagina soap. That's going to be kind of awkward. But Nick's a great sport. And so we show up to their cousin's 40th birthday party on Sunday. And he rolls in and he goes, hey, Jared, I got you something. And I'm like, what is this? And he like throws it on the table and it's wrapped in white computer paper. So I open it up and it's 2 bars of Dove men's soap. And then the computer paper, when he opened it up, there was a note on the inside and it said, this is so you stop smelling like such a pussy. And I fucking died laughing. I was like, this is literally the best case scenario that could have happened from that story.
Yes. Yes.
It was absolutely hilarious. Like, I couldn't stop fucking laughing.
It has all the elements of a great joke.
Yeah.
It was relevant because you heard the story.
Yep.
Then he provided regular soap Because it wouldn't have been as funny if you got you more vagina soap.
No,
It's like, hey,
no.
I hear you like this. It's like,
yeah.
oh,
Yeah. Cool. I guess I'm not gonna use it. Hey, Amy, do you want this?
And then the note. This is so you stop smelling like such a pussy. That's phenomenal.
It was amazing. It was fucking good. I was like, there's nothing I can do but just laugh my ass.
That's
off
perfect.
Yeah.
That's perfect.
Yeah. And it was in front of like their family too. So like I'm dying laughing, and Nick gets it, and obviously Amy gets it because she listens too. But then like everyone else like, what's so funny? And it's like, you guys don't get it.
It's vaginas.
I'm a huge bitch, so I need real soap.
Yeah. It was fucking great. So shout out to Nick. That was fucking good.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is well executed. Like
Very well executed.
very from beginning to end.
Yeah. And I had no idea too. Like I literally no idea it was coming. He just goes, "Hey, I got you something," and throws it on
Wrapped
the
in
table.
computer paper.
So, you know, it's not a real.
Good note.
Yeah.
That's
We're in
awesome.
for
Yeah.
something. Oh god. I would have just tried to come in hot, like roll up my sleeves. Hey, yo, the one that smells like my sister's pussy. Just to fuck it with everybody.
Well, I was talking
Like, what
to
does
him.
that mean?
Well, I was
Is
talking
that
to him
anything?
after, and he was like, "You really didn't know that was a thing?" And
I didn't know it was a thing.
No. Well, he goes, "Well, he grew up
He lives with
with two sisters and a mom."
So
And
he
he's
smells
like,
with it.
he goes, "I know you at once upon a time lived with your mom or whatever." And I go, "Yeah, but I moved out of my house when I was like 17, 18 years old, and I haven't been back since. Like that was 10 years ago. Like I don't remember what was in our shower
Yeah, I don't either.
growing up, you know? Like I'm sure it could have been there."
See, also when I went into the shower, I knew what was mine, and I
Right.
didn't bother with anything that wasn't
Right.
mine. Even our shower.
Yeah.
I don't know what the fuck all those bottles. Like when I
No.
go to clean up there, I'm like, what the fuck are all these bottles? How many fucking people live here? I have a thing of soap, a thing of shampoo. I ran out of face wash. I don't even fucking know how long ago. But then I
Yeah.
realized I'm not breaking out, so what do I really give a fuck?
Yeah.
And then I'm like, what are all of these bottles? Like, what? How many?
Yeah.
What?
I got like two.
I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Also, I think we have like 3 empty bottles up there, but whatever.
I threw
Yeah,
them
no,
out
I think
finally.
Jamie has like 5 different bottles of soap. And I'm like, I don't know how many of these are empty, how many not empty.
I don't know. It's like when I go to clean up there, it's like I'm picking up bottles. I go, this is empty.
Yeah. I keep 1 bottle of liquid soap as backup because I use bar soap, but then it runs out and I forget to order it, so I have the bottle of liquid soap as a backup.
Yeah.
And then I have shampoo and conditioner.
Plus your vag soap.
Yeah. Yep. And my vagina soap. Yeah. Yep.
I don't think my family used that. The girls, I think they just let it rot.
God.
Or it could be an under the sink situation too.
Yeah.
I was under there looking at stuff.
I don't know.
There's nothing there.
Well,
Tampons. I know what tampons.
I
are.
just imagine you as like a fucking 8-year-old being like, tampons.
No, that's where like the lingerie magazine, like the Victoria's Secret, that was like monthly catalog. You'd be like, oh, there it is. Oh, look at this for some reason. I don't know what to do with myself, so I'm just gonna stare.
I don't know why, but I enjoy looking at this.
The shapes, yeah.
Oh, I like that color.
Brings out her eyes.
All right, well, that's going to do it for us. Thank you guys for watching on YouTube. Thank you for listening wherever you're at. Make sure you subscribe on both. Keep spreading the word. Keep telling everybody. We're essentially back to the same amount of downloads we were getting pre-quarantine, which is kind of nice. Bangladesh was the other country that we're in. I couldn't think
Oh,
of
we
it.
talking about Bangladesh.
Oh, we did? Yeah. Because I remember saying we were in India and then one other country I couldn't remember. So
Bangladesh
it
was a country.
Bangladesh.
They're a country.
Yes.
You're a country.
I'm a
Are
country.
they right next to them on the right?
Yes.
They
Yeah, I
have-
think
they used to have a different
It
name.
used to be India. I think
Yeah,
they broke away from India.
Yeah, Bangladesh is definitely like India, but not really India, but
Yeah.
basically India.
Yeah.
They hate Muslims there right now.
Yeah.
Okay. They had like a purge.
Well, yeah, that's why Pakistan also exists.
Yeah.
Because India was Hindu, and then all
And
the
they were-
Muslims that lived there, they were like, "Hey, fuck you!" So they left and went and made Pakistan.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's why they don't like each other now.
The Uyghurs are gonna be next.
Yeah.
They're the ones in China. Right
Ah.
in that corner.
Oh,
The Muslims.
yeah.
The non-Hans. The That's the correct term. It's hilarious.
It
though.
sounds non-PC, but trust me, it is PC, at least for now.
Yes.
Until white people get a hold of it. So you can keep spreading the word, keep telling everybody you know about the show, and maybe someday we'll get a sponsor. And we're on Instagram at Sarcasm Speaks Pod. Our Twitter handle is sarcasm_speaks. And the Facebook page is just Sarcasm Speaks. So until next time, good night, everybody.